What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. It's your boy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Means a lot to be here with you guys. Always got to start the show with gratitude. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing Chalk It Up Sports. Make sure you guys smash that like button. It's very important. That like button goes a long way in this YouTube space. It's food. It's nourishment to YouTube channels, and our channels don't grow without it. So make sure you guys continue to smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the platform. Now, today's live stream isn't going to be that long. You know, we've been at it for the past few days. Today's live stream may max out at 45 minutes at the most. I just wanted to touch base with you guys and check the temperature. I appreciate all of you who showed up for my interview with Jason Ashworth. I want to give another shout out to my man Jason Ashworth. He's one of the co-hosts on the Cheap Seats podcast, or the Cheap Seats show on PHLY Philly, one of the fastest growing platforms in the digital media space, in the sports space, in the Philadelphia market. I just want to give them their flowers and show love to my man Jason. He dropped a lot of jewels yesterday, and I hope you guys get the opportunity to check out that interview. It's on my channel right now. It premiered earlier this morning. If you guys didn't catch it live, it premiered earlier this morning. But regardless, though, I appreciate him. On top of that, you know, there were a lot of press conferences today. A lot of people spoke. And I feel like everybody said exactly what they needed to say. I feel like everybody did exactly what they needed to do, right? And, you know, you have some people who never liked A.J. Brown to begin with. And you have some people who just think he's a diva and all this kind of stuff. And it's some people that think if you're a number one wide receiver, you're a diva, period. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's a unilateral statement. I don't know if I would call A.J. Brown a diva. That's not really how I look at him. He looks, to me, he seems to be somebody who's really passionate about his craft, really passionate about his teammates, really passionate about winning and really passionate about making an impact. And when you're as good as a guy like A.J. Brown and you know your skill set, you want to be useful. You want to be an asset. There are some people in life who are fully comfortable being accessories. A.J. Brown wants to be an asset, not an accessory, an asset. And there's a difference. So I have a ton of respect. For A.J. Brown, still do. Won't ever lose it. When you see a guy like that who dedicates his mind, body, and soul to his craft the way he does, man, I just can't. I will never turn on A.J. Brown. That's just, he a solid dude, man. Like, you could see a solid dude when you see one, and you could just look at his eyes. Like, that's a solid cat. He's solid. Does he have his moments where he could be a little overzealous? Sure, I do. Because I relate to that, and maybe that's why I'm so willing to throw him some bail, because I relate to that. I relate to the passion he exudes. But he spoke today. There was a lot of people at his locker, man, and he set the record straight. Some people are going to buy it. Some people are not. There are some people who believe more so what BG said than what he's saying, right? There's some people who actually think there are real internal issues, and I want to believe that the issues aren't as bad as we're making them. And it's going to be so important for these guys to turn the page, right? AJ, Jalen Hurts, those guys. It's going to be so important for those guys to turn the page because they have a game this week. Yes, I know it comes as a surprise to a lot of you, but we have a game this week. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's not a team that I don't believe any of us, nor the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think anybody in the city, in the vicinity, anybody who supports this team, I don't think anybody is taking the Steelers lightly. I don't think anyone is taking the Steelers lightly at all. The Steelers are legitimate. Their offense is flowing, and they have an identity now. Russell Wilson is turning back the clock with that team. Their defense is exactly what we think it is. A top 5 defense, one of the best defenses in the league. Dynamic pass rushers, talented on the back end as well. I mean, the Steelers are a formidable team. There's some people who think the Steelers should be considered contenders, right? Some people believe that, right? I'm not here to say yay or nay. I'm just saying that there are people who believe they are. There are some people who believe they're not. But regardless, though, they're a team that the Eagles got this Sunday, and we got to take care of business. And it's so funny because the Eagles don't really have the greatest history against Russell Wilson, but also the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have the greatest history in Philadelphia. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out, right? It's going to be really fascinating to see how it plays out. But that's who the Philadelphia Eagles have this week, Pittsburgh Steelers. And they're a very, very, very good team. Let me check out the standings real quick, because the Steelers, I believe they're they're like 9 and they're 10-3. Wow. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are 10-3. They're currently the number 3 seed, and they are in firm control of their destiny as it pertains to the division. I don't think they'll get the number 1 seed. I think at this point, I have a hard time believing the Kansas City Chiefs will fall off on the back end of the season. Ooh, as a matter of fact, hold up. This just got interesting. I wasn't privy to their schedule, but they got the Browns, Texans, Steelers, then Broncos. Those last 3 games, that's going to be interesting. I actually think the Bills may still have a chance for that number 1 seed. They may have a chance for that number 1 seed, and the Steelers may as well, but they play us this Sunday, so the Steelers might as well kiss that number 1 seed. That might as well kiss it goodbye. They're not getting that number 1 seed because they're playing us. But the Chiefs, they're on the road against the Browns, who has a propensity to push teams to the limit. See, the thing is with the Browns is you never know which Jameis Winston you're going to get, and that's what makes them very interesting. Jameis Winston can throw four touchdowns, could throw for 400 yards, an interception, and all of a sudden the next week he'll throw for 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Like he's streaky like that. So it all depends on which Jameis Winston shows up. But all 4 of those games for the Chiefs are tough games. And 3 of them are on the road. Like I said, the Chiefs are on the road against the Browns. They're home against the Texans. And then they go back out on the road to Pittsburgh and Denver. And that's a divisional game on the back end. So, look, the Chiefs, if they find a way to close this season out the way and only have 1 loss, I'm going to be shocked. But I just have a hard time believing they're going to be able to maintain what they've been doing and how they've been winning against this 4-game skid. It's not going to be easy. This 4-game skid, I feel like it's going to be really tough for the Chiefs. This may be their toughest stretch of the season, right? Would you guys say these final 4 games for the Chiefs may be their toughest stretch? I feel like it is. But regardless, though, Eagles-Steelers is going to be really interesting to watch. I think the Steelers are catching us at a bad time. And this is what I mean by this. I think this, with everything that's been going on with the Eagles right now, I got a feeling the Steelers are going to get it in a worse way. They going to get it in the worst way. Look, the Steelers are good, right? And it's going to be a good game. It's going to be competitive. Don't get it twisted. It's going to be a good game. But this Eagles team is extremely motivated. Extremely motivated. And I think that's the angle that people need to start taking from this trial and tribulation that's been going on the past couple of days. I think that's what people need to take from it, especially if you're rocking with the soil, if you're loyal to the soil. The Steelers are going to be running up against an extremely motivated Eagles team. And we all know Jalen Hurts tends to thrive in these boiler room moments, right? A.J. Brown is, again, like a Saquon, right? A haymaker, right? A knockout punch ready to happen. I mean, A.J. Brown is that good. Saquon Barkley is that good, right? And obviously the Eagles' defense has been the best in the league. That's a fact. Argue with your mama, right? Devontae Smith is looking for redemption. I just think the Steelers are running into a buzzsaw. I really, really do. This team is extremely motivated. This is different than last year. This isn't the same. This isn't the same team. They're not led the same way. This just isn't the same team. They're built way more for the adversity this go around than they were last year. I think this team is cool. You know, Jalen Hurts had his press conference today. A.J. Brown had one. Nick Sirianni had one. Jordan Mailata had a press conference. And Jordan Mailata said something really fascinating. And I want to show it to you guys because I felt like it was so dope for him to say this. You know, I love the leader Jordan Mailata is becoming. I want to show you guys something that Jordan Mailata said. Some of you guys probably saw it already, but I want to bring it up on screen anyway. All right. Here we go. So peep this. This is Jordan Mailata at his locker. And yeah, just listen to what he has to say, man. Just listen to what he has to say.
Jordan, was this addressed in a team meeting today at all? And does it seem like if it was, that this is now over?
Yes. We are moving on. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers this week, not the A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's it. Yeah, thanks.
Jordan, was this addressed in a team meeting today at all? And does it seem like if it was, that this is now over?
Yes. We are moving on. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers this week, Not the AJ Brown and Jalen show. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You need that. You need that. At the end of the day, listen, man, all that stuff that's going on, that's supposed to be going on between y'all, listen, we got the Steelers this week. It's the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Steelers, not the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts show. And I think Jalen Hurts wants to move past it. I think A.J. Brown wants to move past it as well. I think everybody wants to move past this shit. I love Jordan Mailata's mentality. Jordan Mailata is one of the young rising leaders on this team. He's one of the rising leaders on this team, man. And I think AJ did a great job in his interview. I think Jalen Hurts did a great job. Jalen Hurts' interview was fascinating because, he spoke about how, at the end of the day, he knows BG means well, but he spoke out of turn. And they had conversations about it. And Jalen Hurts trusts his guys, and he believes in his guys, and he loves his guys, and he knows that he can play better. I think we all know, no matter if we're Jalen Hurts fans or supporters, we know Jalen Hurts can play better. We know he's capable of so much more. He knows that. And, he even spoke about how, he's adapted his game to the notion that he wants to do whatever it takes to win. He doesn't care how it looks. And I wish people discussed him in the context of who he is and how he approaches the game. I love football. I love the NFL. I have so much respect for everyone's game and how they get it done. I really, really do. I have so much respect for what Jordan Love does. I have so much respect for what Josh Allen does. I have so much respect for what C.J. Stroud does. I have so much respect for what Pat Mahomes does. Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold. At the end of the day, I have respect for how these guys handle business and how guys do what they got to do. Right? You do what's required of you, right? And Jalen Hurts, he's never made it about him. Never. That's just a fact. He's never, ever made it about him. He's always been team first. The mission is first. The main thing's the main thing. Winning is the most important. But he also doesn't use that as a shield to ignore his flaws and the mistakes he may make in the game. Jalen Hurts is an extremely accountable quarterback. That's why when you see certain people on these TV shows speak how they speak, it just goes to show you that we do not need to be taking these people serious. We do not need to be taking some of these national guys serious at all. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't. They're fed content from their producers and their their researchers, right? They're fed information. They're fed whatever it is. They're fed through their earpieces, and they don't really know what's going on. They're just reading and reacting. They're not doing their due diligence. They're not. Like I heard somebody say today, Jalen Hurts has to, in order for all this to go away, Jalen Hurts has to come out and be accountable and say that, it's his fault and he has to play better, right? Jalen Hurts says that ad nauseum. He says that every week. Like I've never, ever seen a moment where Jalen Hurts passed the buck. Never. Maybe you guys can tell me different, but I watch Jalen Hurts and I listen when he speaks. I've never, ever seen Jalen Hurts pass the buck. I've never seen Jalen Hurts try to act like, hey, it wasn't my fault. I've never seen that. When things go wrong, he wears it. And he wears it well. He holds himself accountable. That's just a fact, regardless of how you feel about the player and his game. When you look at the man, he always takes responsibility. He always says, hey, this shit begins and ends with me. It starts with me. I can't look at somebody else when I'm the quarterback. That's crazy. And I'm paraphrasing. But like, that's basically what he's saying. How can I look at everybody else when I'm the quarterback? I touch the ball first. I'm the one calling the checks and, executing. I'm the one that got to throw the ball. What are we talking about? So, it's just weird when these guys go on these shows and they get paid all this money just to lie. They get paid all this money not for accuracy. And that's something that a lot of us got to realize too. These guys don't get paid to be accurate. These guys don't get paid to be fair. They don't get paid to be reasonable. They don't get paid to be logical. They get paid to be inflammatory. They get paid to be entertaining. They get paid for clicks. Because here's the thing. Let's just say some of these shows focus more on truth and accuracy and fairness. The clicks will go down. The views will go down. You want to know why? Because everybody will be watching us. The people who do the groundwork. The content creators on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? The Eagles content creators. The Cowboys content creators. The Commanders content creators. The Giants content creators. The Seahawks content creators. The 49ers content creators. The Chiefs content creators. The Rams content creators. The Ravens. Steelers. Bengals. All 32 teams have we have our own subsect or our own factions of content creators that really study our teams front to back. Watch every press conference, watches every interview, watches every mic'd up, watches the film, reads every article from the local guys. Those national guys aren't doing that. So we have to shift our expectations from these people. Or maybe it's not really our expectations. It's more so that we got to stop letting these people who really don't know they face hole from the asshole to speak on our situation. We got to stop adding credence to their opinions. We got to stop allowing their opinions to shift how we see this thing. You know? A lot of these guys on TV, they love to lean on the fact that, hey, 38 years of NFL experience, 3 Super Bowl championships at the table, whatever it is. Like, they love leaning on that shit. All just to be inflammatory, all just to be incorrect, all just to be inaccurate, all just to be sensational. We got to change who we act. We got to change the value we put in some of these people. That's why I tweeted earlier and I said, listen, y'all, they trying to bait us. We got to ignore it. They trying to bait us. So that's why I'm really looking forward to this game this Sunday. Like I am so, like, let's be honest. Eagles Steelers just turned into a primetime game. Everybody's going to be watching the Eagles and Steelers game. Everybody's going to be watching. And A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon, Devontae, all the defense, all those guys, they're going to have a prime opportunity to kick some ass. All that pent-up frustration that stemmed from this week and that game against the Panthers, all that animosity, all that, take it out on the Steelers. Leave that shit on the football field. Go hit something. Go take somebody's head off. You feel me? That's how I'm looking at it. Let me get to some of your comments. Because like I said, today's live stream isn't going to be that long. I'm only going to be here for about 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. It all depends how I feel. But yeah, I had a long day. And also, I did an hour-long spaces earlier in case you guys want to check that out. And also, you guys, make sure you guys lock into the content, not only on YouTube, but we're also posting the content on Apple Podcast. We're posting the content on Spotify as well. The content is available in many different platforms. We're also going to start doing spaces. I did today was my second spaces that I've ever done before. A space that I've hosted. Our first one was on Monday, and that went really well. That was fun. We did another one today, and we're probably going to do another spaces probably tomorrow. maybe Friday, who knows? But I definitely want to do a Spaces at least 3 times a week. I really enjoy Spaces, yo. I really enjoy Spaces. Spaces are fun, man. I underestimated how fun the Twitter Spaces are. They're pretty fun. So, yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Chalk It Up Sports on YouTube, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Also available on Spotify. Also available on Apple Podcasts, you guys. And make sure you check out the Twitter Spaces that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try to do those at least 3 times a week. Anyway, let's get to let's get to your comments. My man African Surf, he says it's complete chaos on Spaces. Bro, Spaces is hilarious, bro. I love it, man. Sometimes I like listening to Spaces, and sometimes just again, I did my first Spaces this week, and I'm like, yo, this is cool. Hey, shout out to my mother, Carolyn Palmer. She says, hit that like button. You know what it is, Mom Dukes. You know what it is. Hit that like button, y'all. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Cam R. Macbeth. He says, only reason why they're talking about us is the only reason they're talking about us so much is because Dallas sucks and they need something to talk about. Absolutely. What's going on, Mom? You're so right, Cam. The Dallas Cowboys. Listen, in my opinion, I don't care what nobody says. The 2 most important franchises in media are the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just that simple. We move the needle more than the Chiefs. Now, obviously, they win, right? They win. And I would much rather win than be known. But the reality is, when it comes to moving the needle, when it comes to paying the bills, when it comes to keeping the lights on, the Eagles and the Cowboys do that for the league. Or for these networks like ESPN, Fox Sports, and so on and so forth. The Philadelphia Eagles, we keep the lights on. We keep the lights on. You feel me? Aaron Baskerville, what's going on, big dog? Anton Baroda, he says, I can't wait to see the 3 hours of silence on the National Football Show the day after Jalen hoisted the Lombardi. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful when Jalen Hurts wins it. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. Love Hurts says, the Hurts hate is unreal, Tone. Bro, it's unreal, but you low-key can believe it. It's unreal, but you can believe it low-key, right? You would think a guy like Jalen Hurts would be the people's champ. You would think that. You would think a guy like Jalen Hurts would be the guy that people root for. You know, he was benched in the national championship game, still supported his team and Tua when they won it all, celebrated with the team, was the first one down the field hugging Tua. Didn't transfer. He stayed there and got his 4-year degree. And because he stayed, he had another opportunity to come in for Tua, and he won the SEC championship, I think, when Tua broke his back or something like that, or messed up his hip, right? And then after he graduated with his bachelor's degree, he transferred to Oklahoma, where he was able to focus solely on football, right? And in the meantime, earned his master's degree from Oklahoma, was a Heisman runner-up to Joe Burrow, drafted in the 2nd round, underdog, wasn't really meant to be the starter, came in, took his team to the playoffs his first season as a starter, made it to the Super Bowl his 2nd season as a starter. He's an underdog. When he was drafted, he wasn't the most polished quarterback when he came in. I think that was obvious. He wasn't the most polished, but damn it, he worked hard to get where he is. And I'll be damned to let somebody talk down on him. I'm sorry. I think that's why I don't take it well. You feel me? I think that's why I don't take it well. Because that brother has put in so much work to get where he is. And when people say stuff about him, it grinds my gears. It grinds my gears. Especially if it's unwarranted or it's unfair. He's not above criticism. Let me make that clear. He's not above criticism. Because if this Steelers game don't go the way we expect, we on that. We on that. But he's not above criticism. I just want fairness. That's all. Fairness. Shout out to my man Chris Scott. He says, let's talk Pittsburgh and Eagles. Keys to this game for defense to stop the run. Keys for offense, run the ball early. You know what's so funny about the Steelers' run game? I don't fear it. I don't fear it at all. Their run game is not explosive at all. At all. Chris, I've watched a handful of Steelers games this year, and their running game is not explosive to me. Najee Harris, in my opinion, he's just big. He's not, I'm sorry. There's nothing about Najee Harris's game that overly impresses me. I don't fear him at all. Like, he's just a big dude. That's it. So I don't think it's going to be super difficult to stop their running game. Now, their defense, that's the conversation. Their defense, that's the conversation. Because, let me see here. The Steelers, man, that roster on defense, TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Alex Highsmith, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr., Dante Jackson. They're talented on that side of the talented. Excuse me. They are talented on that defense side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? They are. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this game go, right? Because both of these defenses are at the top of the league. Let me see something. All right, there we go. I don't know who's singing Happy Birthday in the background, but it better stop. I don't know who's singing Happy Birthday in the background, but it better stop. I know, wife, you better turn that TV down. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Oh, man. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, it's Najee Harris's game doesn't impress me at all. Ward, you're right. He runs very high. He's easy to tackle. He's very easy to tackle. Let's see. Warv said, tell Joey Porter to strap his boots up. Oh, man, that's funny. Humble Servant says, hopefully the Eagles are only playing against the Steelers on Sunday instead of the Steelers and the refs. Bro, I don't like blaming the refs, but they've been making it obvious. They've been making it very obvious what they're doing here. They've been very obvious about being very particular. You know what I mean? Let me see. Chris Scott says Pickens is out. They have to run the ball. Oh, really? Pickens is out? No, they got this one kid, though. What's his name? They got this one kid on offense that's pretty good. His name is where is he? Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin is pretty good. Don't get it twisted. They got Calvin Austin. They still got Mike Williams too. So, and they got a really good tight end and Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth is really, really good. You feel me? So look, yeah, George Pickens is not in, and George Pickens is clearly the Steelers' number one target. But well, look, today's only Wednesday. It says Pickens didn't practice with a hamstring. I don't know if it's official that he's out. Let me see. I don't know if it's official. But okay, so apparently George Pickens his hamstring is a bit more significant than they initially thought. So in that case, I have a strong belief that he won't play. I have a strong belief that George Pickens won't play because when they say his hamstring injury is more significant than they initially thought, then we know what that does. We know what a hamstring does to a receiver. So it's going to be interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I don't think he plays because of that hamstring. And I like Calvin Austin. He's good. And Mike Williams seems like he's starting to rediscover himself in that Pittsburgh offense. But, you know, regardless though, George Pickens has been Russell Wilson's favorite target. We're going to find out a lot about those other guys and expect him to spam Freiermuth. Expect him to get Austin involved. They're going to really, really lean on their run game, you know, to set things up. So we'll see. My man Infamous says, Tone, you got to watch The Penguin on HBO Max. Oh, bro, I'm already in the thick of it. I think I got like 2 episodes left or something like that. I'm in it. I could have been finished it, by the way. But sometimes I like a show so much that I don't want to finish it right away. Does anybody relate to that? You're watching a show and you like it so much, you kind of don't want to just finish it. You kind of want it to linger a little bit. Don't spoil nothing. Oh my God, please don't tell me nothing. Please don't tell. Oh my God, I'm about to end this stream, y'all. Don't tell me nothing. I got like 2 episodes left. Don't tell me nothing. Yo, Melly J said, I can't relate, my guy. Hey, listen, I feel y'all on that. And also, by the way, y'all, sometimes it'd be so much shit that I be watching that I lose track. You know what I mean? But The Penguin is fire. I love The Penguin, bro. I love The Penguin. I got 2 episodes left. So don't tell me nothing. Alex says they're not rushing Pickens back, especially when Pitt is playing Baltimore next week. Absolutely. So there's a chance that we may not see him. I finished Cross. I finished it, yo. I finished Cross in 3 days. Me and wifey watched Cross in 3 days. I finished Cross. Cross is the shit. Y'all watch Cross? I love Cross. Cross is like one of the best shows out there right now. Cross was lit. Cross was lit, man. That's a good show. Soul on Wax says, yep, you wanted to linger on a little bit. Exactly. It's a little bit. Chris Soul on Wax said Cross is fire. Chris Scott said Cross is good. Infamous said my sisters and mom didn't like it. I was like, y'all tripping. Yo, Cross is good. Me and my wife just sat down and just went crazy. We finished it in 3 days. It's in the genetics, you know? Hey, yo, Infamous, you funny, man. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Watch Cross on Amazon, man. It's good. Yo, do you guys watch Reacher? Before I get out of here, I got to ask you guys, do you guys watch Reacher? I'm waiting. The trailer for season 3 just came out. Reacher is the best action show on TV. I don't care what nobody say. Reacher is the best action show on streaming. What? Reacher's on Amazon. Yo, Infamous, watch Reacher. Watch Reacher. It's on Amazon. Watch it. Watch it on Amazon. It's on Amazon. Infamous. It's an Amazon original. Reacher is fire. Yo, Soul on Wax, right? Hardcore. Yo, bro. You going listen, Reacher hooks you in the first 5 minutes. What's it about? So let me see. Reacher is basically So Reacher, it's based on a book, right? It's based on a book series written by Lee Childs. And basically Reacher, or Jack Reacher, he's a former U.S. Army military policeman with crazy strength, intellect, and abilities. And he just wanders, right? He's a wanderer. He calls himself a hobo, but he's a wanderer, right? And in him wandering, he comes across these situations or these cases or these conspiracies that have direct ties to his history in the military. And basically he's trying, like, for example, the first season, he's trying to solve the murder of, in the first season, he's trying to solve the murder of his brother, and he's trying to solve the murder of several people in this town. And bro, it's dope. It's dope. It's dope, bro. It's hard. It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's action-packed. It's action-packed, bro. Reacher. Chris Scott says Lioness is better than Reacher. I gotta watch Lioness. I heard Lioness is off the bro. I heard Lioness is like one of the best shows on TV right now. What else? KGK says, do I watch Bleach? You know what, bro? I finished Bleach years ago. I want to rewatch it. I want to rewatch. I haven't seen Bleach in years. I finished it when I was like a kid. I haven't seen Bleach in years, so I got to rewatch that. But I like Bleach. Bunkai. Bunkai. Terrence Bowie says, Jack Reacher or John Wick? Oh, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can answer that. Bowie, you out of pocket, man. Bowie, I don't know you out of pocket, bro. Jack Reacher versus John Wick? Oh, I don't know. I feel like John Wick is a better shooter. I feel like John Wick is better with guns. I feel like, oh man, see, Reacher is just so fucking like, yo, Arcane is that work. Arcane is that work. If I had to choose though, Surf, I might say Wick too. I might say Wick, bro. I'm a John Wick stan. I'm a Keanu Reeves stan, bro. I love Keanu Reeves. So I might say Wick, bro. The judo, the jujitsu, the gunplay, the relentless dedication to a goal, like the Baba Yaga. Bro, Arcane is that work. Watch, get into. I just got into Arcane. I just got into it. I just got into Arcane. I'm on like episode 4 of the first season. I just got into it. Arcane is fire, and I know it gets better. Yo, my brother told me about Silo. My brother said Silo was good. My brother told me Silo was good. Benjamin Moore says Tom Cruise is a better Reacher. No way. Alan Richson is a way better Reacher. Way better. B. Moore, are you serious? What? No way. Tom Cruise is not a better Reacher at all. No way. I respect your opinion, B. Moore, but no way. I love Tom Cruise, by the way. Yo, B. Moore. Okay. Hear me out. What's more realistic? Alan Richson's Reacher and him beating up all those people, or Tom Cruise being 5'6", 5'5", beating up all those people? Ask yourself that. Tom Cruise is like 5'5", 5'7". Is it really that realistic for him to be doing what he's doing in Reacher, or is it more realistic for Alan Richson to be doing what he's doing? You know what I mean? But here's the thing, right? To your point, Benjamin Moore, to your point. You know, when they wrote Reacher, the people, okay, I never read the Reacher books, right? I want to, but I've never read the Reacher books. from what I've seen and from what I've heard, the people who know the books front to back, they say Allen Richardson is more true to what Reacher is supposed to be rather than what Tom Cruise is. And look, I like the Reacher movies, by the way. Don't get it twisted. I like Tom Cruise. I like those movies. But the people who know the books front to back, they say Allen Richardson, he is Reacher. He is the truest form of Reacher comparison to Tom Cruise. Just saying. You know, I'm gonna trust the people who read the books. You know, I'm gonna trust the people who read the books. Ooh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. But look, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for locking in on the content. Like I said, man, your Philadelphia Eagles, I think they're gonna be okay. They got the Steelers this Sunday. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a physical game. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the show. It means a lot to me. I've been your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the gang.